Hello guys, welcome back to a new video, and in this video I'm going to be covering how to solve or how to see if an absolute value equation doesn't have a solution. So as you guys know, uh, an absolute value equation can have one solution and two solutions, but it can also have no solution. So in this video I'm going to teach you how you get no solution. So absolute value represents distance from zero. And if you guys know, distance is never negative. So whenever an absolute value equals a negative number, the equation has no solution. So in some problems, you may first need to isolate the absolute value. If it still equals a negative number after isolating, you stop immediately and tell there is no solution. So that's basically how this works. So let's get into our three examples right here to get this down. So for our first example, we have the absolute value of x minus 9 equals minus 4. Well, for this one, you can immediately see that there is no solution. And you can immediately see by looking at the answer right here. If this says a negative number, you immediately stop what you're doing, don't solve the question or the problem, and write down no solution. So now for our second example, we have the absolute value of 2y plus 5 equals minus 1. So for this one, it's exactly the same. As you can see, you end up with a negative number. So for this one, again, there is no solution. So there is no solution, and this will be your final answer. So don't be scared or nervous when you're seeing this, because it is always no solution with these absolute value equations. But remember, don't get them mixed up with just normal algebraic equations. That normal equations can be in the negatives, so don't get these two mixed up. So now let's go over to the number 3. Number 3, we have minus 3 times the absolute value of z minus 4 equals 12. So for this one, you can see we end up with a positive. This one we have to figure out by ourselves. So just solve this equation with our usual method. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to isolate our absolute value by inversing or using the opposite operation. So as you can see, we are dealing with multiplication right here. So we have to use division because that is the inverse or opposite of multiplication. So we're going to do divided by minus 3 on both sides. So minus 3 divided by minus 3 will cancel each other out, and we will just be left with the absolute value of minus 4. Z minus 4 equals 12 divided by minus 3. 12 divided by minus 3, 12 divided by minus 3 will equal minus 4. As you can see, this number again is a negative number. So we will get a negative number again. And now we can see again this value equation again has no solution. So again, don't did something wrong when you get no solution, because this can happen with absolute value equations. So don't forget, if the absolute value equals a negative number, immediately stop with solving the equation and no solution every time. So this was basically the video on explaining you guys or teaching you guys how an absolute value equation with no solution basically works. So if you guys enjoyed this video and learned something from this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a question in the comments if you have any, and as always, this was Mr. Mathz, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.